The battle to clean up New Orleans started long before Hurricane Katrina. For 10 years, one man has been leading the city's fight against graffiti.
But not everyone likes what he's doing. Tonight, the I-Team catches the gray ghost red-handed. Here's anchor Rachel Wolf.
Fred Radke and his crew from Operation Clean Sweep are hard at work. Whether it's cleaning off a sign at City Park or painting over unwanted graffiti at a pumping station in Lakeview, they use gray primer and finish within minutes, earning Radke the street name of Gray Ghost.
So, I mean, this guy does a good job.
Walter Moran owns Royal Furniture on St. Claude Avenue. He's one of hundreds of business owners who rely on Radke to control graffiti taggers.
You know, you never stop. I mean, once they're able to put something up, that's it. If you don't do something about it, then they'll just keep coming back, coming back.
In the last 10 years, Radke's painted over 10,000 graffiti tags just like this one, and he says he's done it all with little or no money, all donations.
Radke has removed all kinds of graffiti across the Crescent City.
Just because they do graffiti doesn't mean it's just a tag. They might go up on the roof there or back on the roof there to see if they can break in.
He believes graffiti is often an indicator of illegal activity. He showed us this mural along Canal Street in an abandoned building that he says is used as a drug den.
And not only do drugs, they can actually, once they run out of drugs, they can rob tourists walking by. There's a hotel down the street.
He's constantly creating more and more scenarios that are more confrontational than they are helpful. And given the unique culture of the city of New Orleans, it just makes me wonder what his true motivation is, what his true intentions are. This is an example of one of the style signs that went up in the Holy Cross area.
Mike Dingler is the founder of NOLA Rising, a group trying to bring non-traditional art to post-Katrina New Orleans. He says there's a difference between graffiti and what his group does.
Street art is important because it allows the individual to express themselves. It allows people without a voice to have a voice.
Dingler says the recent works of world-renowned artist Bansky have taken street art to a new level. Banksy travels here from Great Britain. He uses New Orleans as his canvas, but his identity is unknown.
Banksy became known for his type of street art where it was done anonymously to make political or social points. And because of his anonymity, it has really helped solidify his following and his base that really support that type of street art or guerrilla art.
Some of Banksy's work has been painted over.
Have you ever covered over any of his stuff?
No.
No. But has anybody asked you to do that?
No.
No.
I've read it has been covered, but people know me. If I'm going to cover up something, it's not going to be just a flower or just a little boy. It's going to be everything.
I think for Mr. Radke to say that he hasn't painted over a Banksy piece is a bit of an erroneous statement. He has been seen in the lower Ninth Ward painting over what's become known as the no loitering piece.
The WDSU I-Team obtained these images that critics say show Radke painting over a Banksy painting on St. Claude Avenue. Radke refused to discuss if he's the man pictured here, but he says artists like Banksy are not following city ordinance, which requires a permit.
The bottom line is you have to go through a mural review board to see if that's an acceptable mural to be put up there.
Radke says people will often call graffiti a mural to avoid being cited by the city. One such artist is Harsh, who's been leaving his signature paintings across town for a decade.
He's just done more than $500,000 worth of damage to the city of New Orleans and probably millions from an economic development standpoint. This is what we're talking about. It has nothing to do with art.
We're having a city where we're having a biennial full of public art, and you're telling people who live here they can't do public art. I think if people are really given the opportunity to take a look at the quality of street art, they'll see why street art is just as valuable to the community as the service that Mr. Radke, claims to provide.
And the bottom line is that the reason why there's a lot of animosity towards me is I know who's in the zoo, and that's the difference. We not only enforce the programs, we follow up in the courts, we make sure that judges prosecute. We're there to help the neighborhoods because the quality of life is happening.
On your side in Orleans Parish, Rachel Wolf, WDSU News Channel 6.
Well, critics say Radke doesn't always have the permission of the building's owner to paint over graffiti or art, depending on your definition. Radke doesn't always use gray. He says if the business buys, he'll cover graffiti with paint to match the existing wall color.